my name is Robin Morales. I work for the Cameron Parish Permitting Office. Today I'm reading the book Sabine's First Family Reunion. It is by Tommy Townsley, illustrations by Ann Dentler, and it's by Cajun Tales LLC. Along the Sabine River, bordered by Louisiana and Texas, lived an old armadillo named Sabine, who was named after the river where he grew up. One day, Sabine decided that he wanted to see his family. He knew they did not live far away, so he sent them each a letter inviting them to a family reunion at his house. The invitation says, "The Four Armadillos Family Reunion, Route 1, Burrow Lane, Maryville, Louisiana. Bring your favorite dish. Music by River Bottom Boys, Saturday, June 10th at 12 o'clock. Sabine was so excited about this party, he sealed the invitations and put them in the mailbox. First, he mailed out one to Manny, his sister, in New Orleans, Louisiana. Then he mailed one to Flodine, his other sister, in Bumpy, Louisiana. Sabine calls her Trout because she always has her mouth wide open talking. Lastly, he mailed one to his brother Newton in Jasper, Texas. Newton is a true cowboy with a lot of money. He lives in a big house. A few days went by and Sabine waited to hear from his family. The mailman passed by and dropped some letters on the ground. Sabine scurried over to pick them up. He opened the first letter. It was from Flodine. She said, "Sabine, I am coming to your party. I can't wait to see everyone. We have lots of things to catch up on. I will see you soon, signed Flodine." Sabine opened the next letter. It was from Manny. She wrote, "Sabine, my dearest brother, I am so happy to hear from you. I look forward to visiting with you and your family. I am going to wear my favorite hat. You know I am a true Southern belle. I am going to bring your favorite dish, shrimp Creole. I know how much you love those critters." She signed her letter with a fancy M for Manny. Sabine opened the last letter. It read, "Dear Sabine, how are you doing? I am writing to let you know that I am coming to your party. Do you want me to bring my guitar? I know you love to play your fiddle. We can jam with the band. I am going to bring some red beans topped with lots of ants and homemade pecan pie. How's that for a Texas dish? I will see you soon." Of course, his letter was signed with a fancy stamp that read, "Mr. Newton Armadillo, President of Jasper County Bank, Jasper, Texas." "Oh my goodness," shouted Sabine. "I have a lot to do before my party." Sabine started cleaning outside. There were leaves, trash, piles of rocks, and dead branches that had to be moved. He used his long snout and sharp claws to brush them away. When some of the rocks seemed too heavy, he would use the hard shell on his back and roll them out of the way. Sabine thought, "I love having my armor on my back. It protects and helps me when I need it." After Sabine cleaned outside, he went inside his burrow. It was daylight and he needed a nap. He lay on the dirt floor of his burrow and slept for 10 hours. When he woke up, it was a very dark and moonlit night. Sabine said, "An old armadillo loves the stillness and darkness of the night." He climbed out of his burrow and stretched his arms. All of a sudden, he heard a noise in the trees. "I have to get out of here quickly," thought Sabine. "There is something out here." He jumped straight in the air and started running as fast as he could to the river. "Oh my goodness," thought Sabine as he ran. "It seems like something big is out here." "Psst," whispered Polly Panther. "Sabine, what are you doing out in this late night? You know it is very dangerous in these woods." "Wow, you scared me, Polly. I'm gathering some things to decorate my house for a family reunion," said Sabine. "What is a family reunion?" Polly asked. "It's a time when a family gets together and visits with one another to catch up on what's been happening in their lives." We also eat and listen to music, smiled Sabine. Can I come to your family reunion? I promised to be nice to your family, said Polly. Oh, I'm sorry, Polly. Just my brothers and sisters are coming, and you might scare them. Hey, I have an idea, Polly. Why don't you have a family reunion? I bet your family would love to see you, said Sabine. I do miss my family, Sabine, but panthers are different from armadillos. We leave home when we are very young, and each of us finds our own place to live. I must go now. She quickly climbed up a tree and was out of sight. Sabine jumped back into the river and made his way home. When he arrived back home, Sabine hauled out all his decorations and placed them around his house. He thought this would impress Newton, Manny, and Flodine. Sabine worked all night on his burrow. By morning, he was very tired. Just as he was going to sleep, his phone rang. It was Flodine. Well, hello there, Sabine. I am sure you are preparing for our family reunion. There are only 3 days left. I am just calling to see if you need anything. No, said Sabine in a tired voice. Just bring yourself and be ready to have a good time. I can't wait to see you, sis. Ah, indeed, I am looking forward to seeing you too, giggled Flodine. It was then that Sabine realized how much he truly missed his family. He hummed a tune they used to sing when they were little armadillos. Sabine sang, Armadillo, armadillo, where are you? Where are you? I am in the dirt a-diggin', in the dirt a-diggin'. Here I am, here I am. Oh my, thought Sabine, how time flies. That's why I want to have this family reunion. Brothers and sisters are family, and a family must stick together always. The River Bottom boys came dragging their musical instruments to his house. Tom said, Howdy there, Sabine. Where do you want us to set up? Next to that fence, replied Sabine. Will do, smiled Tom. Before Sabine knew it, it was time to get ready for the reunion. Sabine put on his favorite outfit, a red and white bandana tied loosely around his neck. He looked at the clock. It was already midnight. Soon Manny came prancing toward Sabine. She said, Well, look at you, Sabine. You are still a good-looking armadillo. My, oh my, I am so delighted to see you. Sabine smiled at Manny and said, Manny, you just took my breath away. You have not changed a bit. You sure look good in that fancy outfit. Well, thank you very much, Sabine. I wanted to make this extra special day. Then all of a sudden, some dust flew and it was clear. Newton was standing in front of Sabine and Manny with a big Texas grin on his face. Of course, Newton's clothes were all starched and ironed, from his button-down shirt to his dark blue Wrangler jeans. His boots were so shiny they looked like a mirror, and Manny and Sabine could almost see themselves. Newton took off his sunglasses and said, Howdy, Sabine and Manny. I brought my guitar and some red beans topped with ants and homemade pecan pie. As they were talking, Flodine let out a big snarl to get their attention. Aye, bonjour, which is the way to say good evening in French. So good to see y'all. I can't wait to catch up on all the gossip. I've got so much to share. Phew! I would have been here a lot sooner, but my car broke down. I'm telling you, if it is not one thing, it's another. I just hope I didn't get dirt all over the food I brought. My clothes are all dusty from walking down this big old long road all the way from Bunkie. I got so hot and I am so tired, my feet are so worn, it's a wonder I don't fall down. Do you have any smelling salts? Or maybe just a touch of mint julep would help me? Don't look at me like that, Sabine. I know you think I'm crazy, but you just have no idea what I've been through. Sabine whispered in Newton's ears, and she wonders why we call her Trout. The River Bottom boys began to play their favorite song, Jambalaya. Newton grabbed his guitar and Sabine picked up his fiddle and they joined the band. They played as fast and loud as they could. In the meantime, Flodine and Manny laid a couple of old rugs on the ground and made themselves a picnic. The red beans and shrimp creole are very good, Manny said. By the way, Flodine, how's your family doing? I bet the babies are growing like sugar cane. Yes, they all have their hard shells now. Manny shouted, Hey boys, why don't you take a break and come eat with us? Sounds good to me, Sabine said. He and Newton scurried over to where Manny and Flodine had their picnic. The River Bottom boys joined them. As the night went on, Sabine said, This truly has been a wonderful reunion, and the four of us have not seen one another in a long time, but today we have made some good memories. You are all so right, cried Flodine. This is too short, and we must live it to its fullest. I'm going to tell all my friends about our family reunion when I get home. Would you like to take a walk? It's your favorite time to be out, winked Newton. Sure, replied the others. Let's go down to the river. They all walked down the road to the river bottom nearby and jumped in the water, splashing each other, laughing and having a great time. Oh, I just loved when we were kids and took our mud baths, Manny said. Sabine blew water from his shovel-shaped snout and said, We are never too old to do anything. No, we're not, Newton yelled from a distance. From now on, we're going to make sure that we see each other once a year. The four armadillos climbed out of the river and walked through the Piney Woods back to Sabine's burrow. They visited until dawn, talking about old times. Say two, the end.